Yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, people. This is Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club. I'm your OCC from CC Sports Lab. Welcome, people. Remember, as you come in, do the necessaries. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you're new to the channel, also, my name, as I said, is CC, representing the Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club. It's match time. The matches are coming quick and fast. Squad job today. You can tell us your views in terms of what you think about the squad. All of those things, right? So you can tell us all of those things. We're here for everything right now. So today we have an exclusive interview with one Avery Campbell, who is the marketing manager at the Jamaica Football Federation, right? So we have quite a few things that we want to walk through with Miss Campbell. I know we want to ask her, who is Avery Campbell, something about the brand, engaging the young fans, marketing Jamaica football, all of those fancy stuff. Or is the journey, or has the journey been so far? Or is her journey in football in terms of the world of marketing when it comes out to sports been so far? All of those nice things we would like to discuss. I mean, she's due to be with us for, an hour, right? I would hope for it to be an hour. So right now, I'm joined by another one of the co-hosts, our co-interviewee in Issa Allen, president of the Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club. Welcome, Issa.
What's up, CC? Bless up, bless up, bless up.
Bless up.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing okay, just looking forward to this interview with the lovely Avery Campbell, and just to talk us through the multiple deals that we have been seeing signing. Ever since she's come to the office, the pen has been working. Pen has been
The
working.
office. It's
Yes,
office.
the office is officing, and the lady of the hour is here. So we won't take any time while she fixes up her camera. We'll just add her right now. The lady of the hour, Miss Avery Campbell. Miss Avery, welcome to the stream.
Hello, welcome. Thank you for having me. I'm going to
Thank you
So
for
be.
coming. Thank you for coming.
thank you for coming. So I know ever since you've come to the office, your penmanship has been quite skillful. Our pen, should I say penwomanship, because I want to sound politically correct in this 2025, so I don't want it to be too of the, what do you call it,
Yeah.
mansplaining version. But we've seen quite a number of deals. So like as I said before, I will start out with a soft one. Like, can you tell us a bit about your background and how you got into marketing?
She's on the road, so probably have a little latency issue.
Yeah, a little delay.
Yeah. While you here, people, Reggae Girls match has kicked off. Let me see if it has kicked off. I don't want to give you the wrong information. And I know it's probably a bad time because the Reggae Girls are playing. So let me see what's going on. Oh no, it match not kick off yet. Jump over to JFF Live. Oh, they're doing the national anthems right now, people. They're doing the national anthems right now. So I don't want to, go overboard. But, we want to have a chit chat with Avery and support the girls at the same time. That sound good, right, people? We can do that, don't?
Yeah, we're just having, because remember the World Cup is coming up. All of the World Cup qualifying campaigns are coming up. The Gold Cup is coming up. Festival of football coming up. So
Yep.
we just we want to gauge the fandom right now and engage with the fandom, and we are just ramping up the efforts towards those campaigns and those games to be had. Um, seems like our lady of the hour has some issues with her
The
device
connection.
connections. So someone in the comment section is saying we should reschedule this interview.
Avery for president.
Yeah, timing. But I mean, like it's I think the things that we've seen being done in terms of on the marketing side. I mean, I think there have been some quite good looks. I think I see a number of deals that have been signed with hotels, signed with the different persons. So our lady of the hour is back.
I'm back.
So yeah. So I don't know if you heard my question because the first
No, I
part
did.
we're starting off with like the soft, the softballs, them first personal
Okay.
journey. Like tell us a
Um,
bit about your
and
background and how
before
you got
before you
into
let her
marketing.
answer, I just say we know the Reggae Girls are playing Avery. We don't want to take up too much of your
Yes.
time.
Yes,
So
they
we're just
are.
gonna try to, be as, short
No
and spicy
problem.
as we can.
I
So we
got
can
you.
let
I
you
got you.
get back to supporting the girls.
Thank
Go ahead.
you.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Cece.
Yeah, so I was saying, tell us a bit about your background and how you got into marketing.
Okay, well, just to date it back, hi everyone. Thanks for having me again. Pleasure to be here. I love this little forum, big forum, by the way.
Yep.
Um, I started out at UE. I went to UE, so I'm educated here in Jamaica, and I did entertainment and cultural enterprise management, and that's where I started the journey in marketing overall. I went and was the vice president of UE Marketing Association and just kind of flourished this interest. I deemed myself a creative, which led me into my dad's background, which is music and entertainment, and so marketing was not sports niched until I made it to the Professional Football Jamaica Limited right out of UE. I started um, on one of the most youthful teams that has I've ever worked on. Um, that I've ever worked on, and it had from before Owen Hill that many of you guys may know from before Mitch. I've been through the JPL experience. So if you haven't known, or if you haven't known, if you didn't know, I worked at PFGL, and PFGL manages Jamaica Premier League. It governs the Link Up Knockout competition. And so marketing ended up niching into those projects: Boomel Classico, Powerade Rematch, VM Champions Tour, all of that. And that comprises of the local league. And so that's where the sports marketing element came from, because the role of PFJL is to market and commercialize the league, which means just bringing money and sponsorship and relationship, etc. Because of that, that marketing is it integrates into everything. So really, that's really what I think I would have brought from my whole background in entertainment, from my background at in just general marketing, led me to niching in sports. So that led
Okay.
me to the previous year. So I wasn't a part of this year to the end, because in my contract I would have came on board in January, and I would have had to end my season with JPL. I didn't get to do that because of the JPL, the JFF opportunity, and really and truly had to really jump right into it and even elevate my level of understanding, my network, because it's an international known brand, and Jamaica is a worldwide brand, and the Reggae Boys and the impact of Reggae Boys and the Reggae Girls, youth teams, senior teams, there's some stuff that needs to be done that everybody has been vocalizing, and I'm here to really test myself. I always tell people that the Lord brought me here and I'm on his mission. So anything I give credit to him for it. Like for sponsors coming in, alignment with the public, you guys knowing more, you guys feeling heard, more seeing the players up close and personal. So we would have started, for example, like a Snapchat. So we're gonna hand that over to them. You guys get the insight, like just casual content, that thing that gives people that are not necessarily football lovers, because my background wasn't, as I said, sports. So, well, I'm not going to say sports, football because I did
Right.
distance running in track and field. I did 15 and 400. I went to the Queen School, went up to Pens, that type of thing, and I swim and stuff like that. But football. Now, just listening to you guys as the supporters, as the people that have been covering these people from even before me, we you guys are already sold, especially if effort is being made. But we're trying to also capture people that just are Jamaicans to support. It's a national thing. We're campaigning it like it's an election. You understand? Against the world. We're trying to go to the World Cup against countries, and stuff like that. So I mean, that's what led me here.
Yeah.
That's a focus of mine, to listen to the patrons, get a little bit more intimate with the players and get to know them, show different sides of them, and eventually, just make the whole match vibe something that the whole country know about. And yeah, I feel like
Yeah,
I answered three
And
questions,
and
so
and a
no
sorry.
quick
man,
question.
I
So
feel like
sorry.
yeah,
That's
but that's
fine.
okay though. That's fine.
And I have a quick question in Avery. Coming from the PFJL, which is predominantly is, locally in Jamaica and, jumping over to the JFF. Do you ever feel pressure to deliver, for some of the things that need to happen for the JFF? Because you have been out there, you have heard these forums, people discussing, marketing of the JFF. Do you ever feel pressure to deliver?
Uh, I think it would be unrealistic for me to say no. I don't ever, because pressure comes in everything, and in this specific role, being I like to as advocate, because a lot of people emphasize on the youth element to my addition to the team. Of course, I'm gauging myself based on my last, which was super final for the JPL last year, and I am trying to check my own boxes, because this is just a door for other people. This is a door for other people to come in after me, more youth in the federation, more ears, actually actively listening and stuff like that. So yeah, a lot of pressure there, and just the expectation that fans have, who and you guys are real troopers, where you see everything. Everything, you guys, and then you guys are vocal as well.
Definitely,
You
and
guys,
thank you for that
you guys
answer.
are, you guys are. Sorry about that. You guys are vocal as well. So that is a half and half. So yes, I do feel pressured, but in the same time, I kind of have a mindset where I alchemize everything you guys say and say, okay, but what if we actually attempt at listening and take stabs at that? Commenting, reading through the comments, reading through the DMs, we do a lot of responses, interacting. It helps to guide us. It helps to be like the syllabus to what we're missing, and it's almost like you're giving us a blueprint in
Okay.
in terms of marketing. So yeah.
Marketing, yep.
So Avery, in terms of Jamaica, how do you describe the current brand of Jamaican football and what makes it unique?
So I'm gonna what what do I think of it? I think it is, and I'm gonna reference to the Unity Cup, which is a perfect example. We have a culture that have been promoted from everyone is a youth out of many one people. But football encompasses that really and truly. It is something that builds patriots, is something that can bring together a nation, and is something that I believe brings peace of mind to all that play it and all that watch it, like on that type of level. So I do believe right now the state of it is in a position of hope. We're in a hopeful place where we're trying to provide all of the necessary things for the teams to perform. We're trying to reverse a lot of things that were in place to evolutionize the JFF, and as a result it has an impact on the psyche and on the performance of the players and the results that we're getting, because it's a twofold job. It's not just marketing and promoting and getting sponsors. it is also the performance of the players. It's also the players that get opportunities that bring out the people, and get to also showcase themselves. It's the diversity, and it is not just international player faces. It's also local player faces. It's the JPL people transitioning through. So it's a whole melting pot of things that is really to prepare them for that opportunity for us to be a part of history. I was talking to Manchester United last night. You know what United, lol. Well, on my brain. I was talking to Manchester High last night, and I have started a program. I haven't launched it off yet, but for the sake of this, some high school ambassadors
Mm-hmm.
for the JFF, people that we will give them an added experience, and they can learn, and they're all football players and football lovers, so you never know what tomorrow might look like. It's a concept that I think if we're going to campaign to the nation, it includes church people, it includes students, it includes
Right.
all sorts of people. And I'm trying to take a stab at getting them. So if it is that they don't have a player on the team, give them a reason to be a yardie that go and represent. Just go out there and represent, go and see the players, go and learn about the players, just educating people more and giving them a why. No, what I was telling the team of ambassadors that were on the call, is that we are a part of history. Like when I came here, people talking about 98, 98 never have Instagram, Facebook, all of these, all sorts of jazz for us to even feel what 98 is. But based
Mm-hmm.
on the storytelling and based on all of that, I had to tell them and affirm them, hey, this is a part of your country's, and that's how profound I want even the players to feel like you are represent, like going to like in the army. You understand? So I told the ambassadors that that's the goal. You guys are a part of history, and we want you guys to be able to carry on and sustain where football can go. And for at least the reggae boys and reggae girls. I don't know
And
if I answered your
and I,
question.
I
Enough.
love that. I love that initiative too, because as you mentioned the Unity Cup, it was it I think it was when it comes down to marketing, it was very, very, very good because closer to the tournament, they ramped up a lot of things on social media. And what I saw that was very effective, they had a lot of influencers in the UK doing a lot of shows, videos, a lot of things. I saw White Yardy, I saw what's his name, Troops. I saw a whole lot of influencers. And to me, every time I scroll on Instagram, I just saw something from them. So closer to the tournament gets, I just saw keep seeing more and more of those videos. You know what I mean? And you spoke about the Manchester High School. I think that's a good target audience because when I looked in the stands at the Unity Cup, I saw kids just acting like crazy supporters of Jamaica. I don't know if they have ever set foot in Jamaica, but the way that I saw them behave, I could tell that they love the team. You understand? And so I think that
Exactly.
that age range is a target audience that you could maximize from because I think a lot of the
Exactly.
older folks, the vibes in the stadium in the Unity Cup was just electric. And I
Yes.
think it's that sort of target audience that kind of bring that vibes. You know what I mean?
Yep, I agree with you. And remember, I was telling you, I'm not trying to convince football lovers that can watch bet all sort of thing, talk about the game, plan for the game, wear the jerseys for the game. I'm trying to catch up everybody. So if it starts from the youth that is in their football program in high school, I know that youth have a friend that have a friend, that have a mommy, that have an auntie, a godmother, all sorts of stuff. I had a youth asks to be a ball boy. He really wants to be a ball boy. And if I capture him
Hmm.
and give him the opportunity, I want to do show you guys his experience from his POV through content. Now I know you guys want to see that. I know that other ball boys want to see that. For example, Marlon King, we got a video of him wishing the boys well. He was a part of last year's, not him, but last year, sorry, of the last Unity Cup staging, and
Hmm.
it should feel like such an honor to be living in this moment of history. It's a big theme for me, history, storytelling, where you can say, hey, I was on the stream with the marketing manager, and we talked about this prior to the boys qualifying to the World Cup for the second time. So it's a magnificent thing, and it's something that is culture. Sport is culture. So that's the move. That's the move.
Yeah. Even all right, so that even leads me into, I think you probably would have answered this question in terms of how you how does the Reggae Boys and Girls international presence influence your strategies. But I believe based on your conversation, I don't know if you could give us a little bit more on that in terms of, because of the international presence that the brand Jamaica is, how does it
Yes.
influence your strategy?
So because of how into broad and far the brand goes, we are able to attract more. So when we fix the kings, a lot of the kings in the system, we can attract more partnerships. That's number one. Partnerships of the we get more eyes. We've started JFF Live, which is streaming, which is a revenue generating strategy. It is a media based strategy that it reaches far, where people come from all walks of the world and come on JFF Live, can get the inside scoop on JFF, can get push notification, can know when things are happening a little earlier than the average person, because we are building out an experience for JFF Live. That international reach, it's just kind of amplifying the entire strategy, the entire impact. Because you can think about just Jamaicans that want to know them have 1% of Jamaican blood inside of them body, from them hear Reggae Boys, from them see the jersey, from them hear the language, the dialect, it lights them up. That's the type of impact that, or reach, the international exposure of the players have. They have families over there, the diaspora. Just being able to connect everybody. There are supporter clubs far and wide for the Reggae Boys and Reggae Girls, and that international reach helps to build those communities, almost like what JPL has for their teams like Arnett in Arnett, etc. So we have bases all over the world, and that attracts income, that attracts eyes, all sorts of stuff. It's good. It's really good, and we can go over there and have some form of support system when the players are playing, like Unity Cup.
Understood, understood. And in terms of social media, what do you think? What role it plays in growing the fan base, especially amongst the younger audience?
So that's a thanks for that question. That's a good question. I pride myself as somebody that likes to think I'm young too. And I use these platforms for I use these same platforms, not just Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Snapchat, even Pinterest, LinkedIn, just just all of those on the horizontal of just digital marketing. I think they're so important with connecting to this specific target audience. And let's not leave out the adults that love to live on Facebook. That Facebook community is still strong with people that are more on the mature side of things. Since, fun fact, since I started, I created the JFF channel on Instagram. There's a WhatsApp channel and there's a Facebook channel. I call it the JFF Hub, and it has grown to 9,000 members are part of these things, and we get to put push notifications to know, just to have an isolated group of people and watch that grow, that want to have that information on demand, that want to be connected in the same place. That in itself works. That's marketing that just works while you're sleeping. That's something that can live on. That's almost like, I think of it like Digicel, when Digicel sends out SMS and you're like, boy, nobody texts me today, but Digicel message me. It's the
Right.
same thing. It's the same thing. And channels is a strategy that is currently being used by entertainers and celebrities and stuff like that. I think it was appropriate for us to have one where all fans and non-fans can stay in the loop of JFF. Now, other than that, for just general um, social media content, videos, so we have JFF golden moments that was created, videos to kind of bring to light moments that people may not know. give moments that people can reminisce on, things that can build just interest, that's important, and even static. An intentional thing that is being done in the strategy. I'm sorry, I know I'm chatting out your show, you know.
No,
This is
man,
No man,
continue,
no man,
man.
it's your show.
okay.
I told you you're the lady of the hour.
Okay,
Remember,
okay,
it's
okay,
your
gotcha,
picture on the
gotcha.
thumbnail. It's your show.
Okay, okay, okay. So, an intentional element of the strategy is to make the boys look like the stars we want them to understand we see them as, right? Or hope to see them as, because some people have their reservations, right? So, in that effort, we want to capture these moments, just like we have a Warner Brown moment at Gold Cup prelim that was just it's just iconic. It amplifies the memory. We have the same thing at Gold Cup. There's a photo of Kaheem Dixon that I absolutely love, and he after he made the goal and him just spraying at a place like this. I don't want to say shooting at a place, but yeah, right.
Yeah.
We want to capture those moments because people are talking about people the legends, and we don't have that memory to hold on to.
Right.
So it's our responsibility now to do that for the people of now, but also the people of later, the players that are to come. We started Facebook albums, so you can actually get to see, like
See a
one
lot of
time when you could
those.
have go after a party, that the Facebook album get upload. We start
Mm-hmm.
as well so that journalists can get official photos that are quality. It's more appealing even on someone else's channel. You can make your thumbnail in peace because it's not you can find a picture of the player.
Yeah.
That is something that we want to start,
And
which
that,
helps
I
people
don't
to
cut
know.
you. That picture that you're speaking about is the one where Demar Gray jumps on Warner Brown's back.
Yes, yes.
That if CC can tell you, that's the picture in our that's the backdrop for our WhatsApp group. That same
Look at
picture. It's a
it,
very
look at that.
iconic picture.
It's an iconic image. And I just think that that
It's
is
a
the direct
lifestyle moment.
so that it's a moment, you get it. And
Yeah.
so when you realize now, well, within JPL, a lot of people don't know that this is a strategy that I also would have taken responsibility for implementing even at the JPL level. And what happened that year that we did super final and we called it super final for the first year was the first time in I'm gonna say in a while to be safe. I don't want to not account for people that were there before me, but the first in a while we had faces on the billboards. You know how much of a difference that is in messaging. It's
Listen,
significantly different. Some cent
Mm-hmm.
and man, you're like this is like Times Square, but in half a tree. You understand? So that's a part of it, not just the digital, but the same digital things you're seeing. You see a banner in half a tree, Reggae Boys. You're gonna see the digital boards. I know I saw it today. I was like, God, today might be rough, but at
Yeah.
least, that kept me going.
but I,
But
I
yeah,
understand what you're saying, and I think we remember speaking about this already. Me and Issa and a bunch of the other guys in terms
yeah,
of like having the faces of the players being plastered all over. Like, you're coming on the highway and then,
yeah,
people are visual people. Like, they look up on
yeah,
them and say, oh, Reggae Boys,
yeah,
oh, this player, that, and the player's name is there and everything. So it's like,
yeah.
it gives them that level of connection or
I
connectivity
agree.
towards towards the fan base. And I think that is something that is needed and much appreciated.
Yeah.
So
And it
I,
will
I
get
think
better now because we don't start with the murals and we don't start with just the bus stops. We don't start yet. The bus back, like, it will improve from what it is right now. We're just taking our time as we partner with all of these people and all of these corporate entities. We're taking our time to just give you an added experience, even on the match day itself.
And I know currently you have things running concurrently. You have World Cup qualifiers. You just had Unity Cup, and you have Gold Cup coming up. But specifically on the World Cup campaign, that's already underway. You have a game coming up. What's in play for June 7th coming up and beyond.
So June 7th for the viewers is the away game in BVI. And then on the 10th, it will be at the National Stadium. Kickoff is 6 p.m. What is in store? There's activations all around the stadium. Our sponsors have really come out, and you will feel their presence. You'll feel their presence through booths that they'll have given away some stuff. Just Bet is on board. We have Stewart's Automotive. You're gonna see their vehicles on display. You're gonna have more of a festival like experience for this home game, and the goal is to build home advantage. So in the messaging, in our social media, digital media messaging, you'll see us empower everyone to come out in their colors, to have some people repping in their replica jerseys, that type of thing. In addition to that, we have some VIPs that we want to honor in the space, from Coach Tapper, that is an icon in this history of Reggae Boys, and
Mm-hmm.
just generally, and some notable figures. I don't want to give you those. I know the names, but I don't want to give you those. But some VIPs within sports and also media,
Mm-hmm.
we they will be present. There should be an entertainment package as well, because we have people like Munga, we have people like iWater providing us dubs, Jamal, the whole entertainment space. I've learned in the time I'm here, they want to be a part of the mission, and so we are finding ways in incorporating them. Another thing is we'll be doing a lot more giveaways alongside the partners, and this is something that I think is a big deal because I didn't observe it prior to coming on board. So people will be able to actually win tickets. People will be able to win boots. I'll be doing a boot cleats giveaway, Adidas cleats giveaway next week, jersey giveaways, sponsor goodie giveaways, super fan experience giveaways, just like more of a something that you're looking forward to. Now, we had a stellar VIP at Sabina. I said stellar because I really felt pleased with its execution, where people had their all inclusive rum and they had chilitos mixed with St. Mary's. There's that whole shebang. We're gonna bring that back to the stadium, right? There will be hospitality for VIPs. There will be parking, so it won't be like Sabina where a lot of people were concerned about parking. The parking is as we are accustomed to at the National Stadium. Sunshine Snacks is coming back with chilitos, so that should be enticing. And the bleachers has access to it, so it's not isolated to grandstand. And
Cool.
we talked about that. So those are some of the elements of June 10th that I think is good to share. We will have a beautiful sound. I know Boom Boom will be there. I know Bishop will be there. And we have some notable faces. I'm not going to confirm the performance on this call until it's completely confirmed and we can
Mm-hmm.
put it up. Sure. But that's something that we intend on doing. One thing that I do believe I would love to share, and I'm excited for it. It might seem minuscule to you guys, but flags. We have some big yellow flags to honor our legends and our current players. We'll have one with Onandi on it, just waving upon on our cycle track. And so I believe it will look like a beautiful sports day for Jamaica. And I really think that our stadium will attract just a as full as possible stadium this time around, especially on the momentum of the whole Unity Cup, especially with the squad that was announced today. It has a mix of people that people want to see, because we read the comments, we read the comments, and people are
Yeah.
very, very creative over there. But on the day, I'm feeling good, and I think that in itself is a indicator. I feel confident that the sponsors going to come out, the players going to come out to come and see the boys, and we're going to have a nice home advantage because of that. And that's it. That's pretty much what it should feel like, a
And
festival.
and I know I think you came on after the World Cup campaign has started. And I just want to quickly ask, do you guys have any a World Cup song? I know there is supposed to be like a World Cup slogan, and I saw in a post. I don't remember where, in one of the media groups or something, that whenever we're doing, we should use that as the hashtag. But currently, just to show you, it has not been out there like that. So I know a lot of people don't know that there is actually a slogan that the guys are asking us to hashtag when we're reposting like the Reggae Boys and stuff like that. I
Yes.
don't know if you care to share on that.
So yeah, we'll share on that. We are to actually have a full on, almost like a relaunch of that, because it wasn't identified where we can say we've announced with Cinco, etc. So that will come, and I'm definitely going to make sure everybody is aware of the time that will happen in all the channels and all the platforms, because we want to launch a tagline, is what we call it, a
Okay.
tagline that you guys can resonate with. So far, we're just running with Road to 2026, and then what we are defining that as will happen within this month going into the next month, because it's the perfect time in all eyes. The same thing, we'll be re-energizing with Ray and Nephew as well. So those things will come out gradually. And then as regards to the song now, that is simultaneously being done, because it will have to communicate that message. So far, we have an official song by Munga, but we're not deeming it our official song, because we've gotten so many
Yeah.
contributions to the media space, but we have to have it be as impactful as Rise Up that was for 98.
Right. And I think some of the YouTubers have gotten some of their supporters to do songs too. Quite some nice songs. I've heard
Yeah.
a lot of them. So they have done
I
fairly
don't
well
know
when it
why it
comes
don't
on to the
reach me
songs.
yet. I don't know why that don't reach me
I'm
yet.
sure you hear you must hear Fatal Flare. Hear the Fatal Flare song with
Fatal Flare own. Yes, I know Fatal
yeah
Flare. Matter
man.
of
I
fact,
think that's
he
the
reached
most
out to
popular
me.
one.
They believe he sings it
Yes.
at our games. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
You're right. He actually reached out to me to nudge me on incorporating it in our stuff. So everybody's, let me tell you, when I say everybody will be involved in this, that's what I mean. I will have to. It's not a one person thing. Just for viewers to know that this is agreed amongst all of internal JFF, that this is the way forward for the campaign. So we have done some proposals. We had like a one team, one dream, just to give you a little
Mm-hmm.
out there. We've had those things, but we want something that is approved along the line, and so that is just the hold up. However, we're still on the journey, and we're capitalizing on all the other opportunities before we deem what that should
What the
set.
final thing looks like. CC, have another question for Avery?
So Avery, I mean, you have given us quite a mouthful, and I feel like, as I said before, I'm seeing the work. I've seen the work. I'm seeing the different engagements, the different sponsorships coming on board, and everything. With that, I just want to ask you. I mean, you're a woman, and it would be remiss of me to not ask this question. So, as a woman in a leadership role, in a, let's be honest, it's a male type of industry
Dominated
in terms of
space.
football.
Male
What
dominated
has the
space.
experience been like?
Well, it has been, I've always been in a male dominated space. So from JPL. I know you're asking specifically from the GFF. So to give you some context, I feel as though just after my time here,
Mm-hmm.
um, JPL really coddled me, right, and really helped me to navigate without having to go through trial and error, how to manage that space. I have a great team there. Shout out to Owen and team. And then it did give me a good base for how to navigate myself within the JFF, but I think it's a learning thing. It's almost like you leave high school, you go on to university, that type of thing. It's a day-to-day thing. I'm trying to navigate interpersonal relationships, communication, um level of authority, all of those things. It
And then
has
there's
been
also culture too, because in every organization there's a culture.
very
So
big,
you know.
very big on culture. So what my strategy is, because I like to deem myself a chameleon, I try to understand the lay of the land and then proceed based on, because we don't live in a time where we have to be like how people refer to the yesteryears. We don't have to be approaching things very old time and old fashioned, to say the least. We can actually sit down and take the opportunity to learn. And so that's what I've done in the space. It's been a little rocky, but um more wins than losses. More wins than lessons that are something that might become this big problem. So far it has been more learning. Sit from a learning position because I learned that Mr. Horace Burrell said while he was alive that there's the voice of a woman in the space is not so loud. In the space of football, generally just not so loud. He said it in different words, but those that's what he would have meant. And so I I think even just general impact is not the same way a man's impact in this space will have to be. I will have to
Right.
just work and you guys will have to just observe that work and that talent. And I think I will be fine otherwise. Otherwise I just have to keep it professional.
Okay, so in terms of like a branding perspective, I just have a couple of questions because I don't want to keep you long. But in terms
Okay.
of a branding perspective, where do you see Jamaicans football in the next like 5 to 10 years, if that long, or in the next 5 years?
To be honest, I expect the boys to qualify, right? So that's the first thing, and it will
Mhm.
kickstart and light the match to uh, a general national hope, and it will push boundaries in terms of the what we're attracting sponsors. It will push in terms of who wants to partner with the boys, how far of a reach they have. We can do a world tour, friendly world tour. You understand where we're going across the world. We can do more Unity Cup if Unity Cup decides to be an annual thing. We can have opportunities for eventually the federation being able to take fans to go and be experiencing these away games. That type of dynamic we're seeing, even just at the airport, just how Olympics is treated. I see that for football in at least the JFF and the Reggae Boys and the efforts with the Reggae Girls as well going to World Cup for women. Right. So having stores selling our jerseys, it being something the kids wear on Jamaica Day, having that type of reach is where I see in the next um even 5 to 10 years, hopefully facilities can be generated. I know that for in my tenure, I would like to actually host a forum that is similar to what they do in entertainment for like guests to come from all around the world and speak to people. Same thing, JFF hosting one of that. So it's not just catering to football players. Having publicized um recruitment, right? So we have events and pop-ups that we do to recruit kids from all not even kids, players, sorry, but youthful players from locally inter-system pooling into our youth system pooling into our senior system, and we have like a relationship, a journey with each player. It's not like far and disconnected. So I see a further reach in the 5 to 10 years that just helps to build all of the elements that are kind of existing and building out now, from sponsors to the broadcast to the support clubs to the just a further reach. Um, and that it is more in a favorable stance in the Jamaicans' heart. Right.
Okay.
I do
Okay.
definitely see that as a reality we can experience because I believe Unity Cup was a good indicator of the fact
Yep.
that there is hope there. We just want to see certain one, two, and three that you guys can probably see.
And I think that the work that you're doing is a very important, part in this space, because it's I think that's a way to connect the fans, to the team. You understand? Because um when we look at, in football in other spaces, social media is a very important part of, getting the fans to be close to the team, and that brings out the fans into the stadium, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I have a fun question here. Somebody in the comment section saying, how can you, create more interaction in inner city communities like in West Kingston and what, Central Kingston? places like Parade Gardens, have you ever thought about, places like that and how you can interact there with the fans?
Well, for sure. The for sure. Sorry, I got a message. Definitely in inner city areas and just more into the communities locally. Our players don't base here, but however, even with our marketing, we want to reach locations like that. I feel like eventually, when we can do more pop-ups, when we can do some more like just visits, community visits, going back
Mm-hmm.
to even the players' communities, those will encourage us to probably endorse a futsal, endorse a Labor Day project, that type of thing, and the JFF eventually kind of growing into something that's connected to Jamaica, like literally to Jamaica, and not just centered around the matches. So yes, I do have that budgeted for. Even in our pricing, it is considered about the target audience that we are trying to attract at the games, because football is something that is community based. Locals know it as something community based, is something worldwide that is enjoyed on that basis. And so we want it to be affordable, and we want it to be realistic, and we want, when you come, bleachers also getting a taste of just what people deem to be a grandstand perk. So yes, we are thinking about um individuals from those places and those communities, and we're also thinking about making sure that you know as well, because sometimes
Right.
just not living in the main and not living in that you don't know, town criers are considered for for methods in which you guys
Right,
consider.
right,
Right?
right.
And eventually you'll go back into the paper. I've been thinking, and it's really been itching my brain to the coupons, where in a select amount of cleaners, there is a free ticket. You understand? Like incorporating ways to reach you guys. And also having watch parties that you can take part in and come and know about. Or supporter clubs host watch parties. And so there's an added element to the June 10th game that will also make you see that we are doing that. And only telling you this so that when you see it, you know that is
All
exactly
right.
I
what
was
I'm
All
trying.
about to
right.
go into that in a cause I was going to say the World Cup qualifiers are upon us. The squad was dropped today, so we know the game is Saturday in the BVI, and the game comes
Mhm.
back to Kingston, Jamaica on the 10th.
Yes.
So with
Yes.
all that, I wanted to know like how the marketing strategy is aligned with the successes of the team, because we are seeing that the team is getting more and more successful on its road to 26. So like yeah, you can dive into that first.
Well, I think I would have been going through it through the course of the call, but just for the sake
Mm-hmm.
of it, we went with the straight. I'm speaking marketing, above the line and below the line, right? So we went billboard, we went digital boards, we've partnered with 3 advertising companies, Visual Vibe, Caledonia, iPrint. We're still working with 876 Stream. They're still a part of the team. We're working with Tanya Lee Perkins as our ambassador, who has been engaging more and arranging the sponsor side of things. So in the marketing, corporate has been doing their giveaways. They've gone digital with how they're reaching out to everybody. For the campaign, generally, we're going to have some other announcements and events surrounding the World Cup qualifiers, even just to make the boys feel good, and also incorporate some super fans. I don't know if I will be able to open the training, because that was something that was considered so that fans could actually access that. I will definitely come back to you guys with that super fan. That would be a super fan activation. But those things are being considered. Renefew's coming crazy as well. They're coming crazy on the day of the game and even around the games. And I want you guys to look out for that one. I met with them today. I know that in addition to that, we went entertainment. Went entertainment with our guests. We're gonna have a VIP ambassadors that are promoting the game as well to those individuals following and reach and stuff like that. And we will be having some more in creative content as well. Creative content. That is a strategy. Snapchat being my favorite new addition to the lineup for social media. We're going to push out the handle, and that's the players' playground. So you will see what's happening inside the camp. You'll feel like you are there. and that's the whole
Yeah.
point of it. I think that would be sick. You get more of, I know Bows are not in this squad lineup, but personalities that you get to see the person,
He's a
Bows has such
showman,
a,
you know.
he is a showman.
And
So
Kyle
we,
Dixon is a little notch below him, just like him.
yes, yes, a little quiet, but still
Yeah.
can keep your eye out for that one. So you even get to see we have Ravel on the team. You get to see and actually hear their voices, not just press conference, not in such an official way. So that's
Yeah.
a part of the strategy. And just generally, I think I'm doing a docu series. I don't want telling you because I go home into it. But the YouTube content, I am budgeting for that to feel. I saw some comments on like the Unity Cup being the short form content out, but I went back to my team, went through all the comments. The content will be feeling like, I don't know if you guys saw my JPL movie, but I have a JPL movie on my page. It's on
Yeah.
JPL pages on YouTube. Something that feels like, oh wow, this should be on
Yeah.
Netflix. So we're
Yeah.
trying to come with that because I know how that made me feel. Like even right now, telling you, I was told
That.
recently to have a why. I love what I do. For everybody that is here, I love what I
Mm-hmm.
do. It don't matter what it is because I have a mission, have a not a mission, but I have a thing where I say I do what I want to do, and God has really gave me the opportunity to be in this space. And when I love what I do, it's over. It's over. And
It's over. Yeah.
I felt from just being on board, I gradually I'm trying to navigate myself into this space. It's not the local league, it's a different tier. I'm understanding the love you guys have invested in your channels. I'm understanding the love that the players have for this nation. And it just after this weekend, it buttoned me up, guys. And for that, we're taking that into consideration to give you an experience. The whole campaign mission is to give you an experience. So you'll be able to get back from the JFF a little something for make
Yeah.
you carry on the hope on the days for just like those Arsenal fans that whatever keep them through. We want that. We want
Yeah.
that. And I as a female in the space, I love football. I love football. It's not a gig. It's not no none of the I love this. So
Yeah.
for that, just imagine me thinking about what I would want as a consumer and implementing it on your behalf.
On
And that,
us.
yeah,
And
that's
Avery, on social media, they said Jamaica is God's favorite series, and the Reggae Boys is no different. So documenting what's going on with the Reggae Boys is like box office. Like when I say box office,
I think the
it's no different
backstory.
than what we watch on social media every day, and people say
like
Jamaica
Grand
is.
Slam, like Grand Slam. I'm
You
telling you,
understand?
I was like, hey, we want this reality show. Like we want this to
Even
come
the
to that.
last dance, like what we were watching during the COVID period when nobody had nothing to do,
Also,
and
the
based
Captain
on
series, the Captain series
the
on Netflix, where they
yeah
feature
Yes,
Jamaica, box office.
the
yes,
backstory, like
Come
for
on,
me, I
man.
think when you look at the backstory, like you can have a backstory towards a campaign or a backstory telling
yes,
the behind the
yes.
scenes and all of those things. I mean, it's quite fascinating, and I think it keeps the fan base engaging and talking. Like even if people are arguing, it's all about it's all about
Interacting
bringing everybody
and
together.
connecting and
Yeah,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
the
That's
more
exactly
material.
what I'm looking at. That's exactly what I'm looking at because the players are amazing, and in order for you guys to have some form of relationship with them, you have to know them, see them behind the scenes, see them behind the play, understand what's going on, how they're genuinely feeling. I'm sorry, but for the people that watch Beyonce, she does a good job. I'm a marketing girl, so I watch everything. She does a good job. She has her tour, and then she has a behind the scenes that just gives you this connection to her efforts, and that's the same
Yeah,
approach that we're doing. New media. I trust that the team will pull it together and give you guys something different, or at least give you guys one thing off the checklist as we go along. I do believe that this campaign will involve a lot of digital elements to it. A lot of things will be documented digitally, A lot of sponsors will be involved, so it won't just be game. Maybe Rhea Nephew has an after party, wink wink, I don't know. But maybe if another sponsor has a just bet has the option to do betting and they have a pop-up event, that type of thing. So I think it'll be
Yeah.
dynamic. I think the campaign would be dynamic. And the beautiful thing is I did not forget the content creators. I didn't forget the content creators. So I am available to you guys to hear from you guys. I created and this is for I don't know, whoever it is useful to. I created a YouTuber. There's a YouTuber group. I created a YouTuber package where you have all the content pieces, official real HD quality, just like a goodie bag for you guys to take part in, participate in. You have the TVC, plug it into your channel. You have graphics, official graphics, and have to screenshot. You have it's just a hub for those content pieces. So I didn't forget those people. I didn't forget entertainment, which is what I'm rooted in. Where we have the Leela Ikes, the Jesse Royal, the Idonia, the Massacre, all of them endorsing the boys. You would have seen how Popcorn and Spice would have given that public, and it is impactful, that public allegiance to the side and to give them hope and encouragement for when they're playing the next game and hype them up and rile them up. So campaign is going to be stellar and just dynamic and involve sports and entertainment.
And
Because
Yeah.
I want to wrap up in the next 4 minutes, Avery. But what I saw from the Unity Cup were a lot of interviews, people going in the streets. As I said, I saw White Yardy. He did most of the ones that I saw. He had some, a lot of, the Ghanaian and African channels doing the same thing. They go out in the streets, talk to the people, ask them about, who's their favorite on the team, yada yada yada. We can do
yeah,
something like that leading up to the games, and whatever it is, just to have fans know that something is happening. And you say we have the JFF Live. That's a good place to push it, or on Instagram, but
yeah,
be in the fans piece. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that they can feel the team and know what's going on. Two things: the people want to know where they can find you on whichever platform, Instagram, wherever you are. They want to know that. So if you want to, give a shout out to your IG, you can do that. And the second, the game is coming up. Tickets, and I've seen the the price is posted on the JFF website. If you care to speak, or if you want to, say, hey, check it out. I know you guys have a couple bundle deals that I've
yeah.
seen, being advertised. So you can go ahead with those too.
Okay, so let me start with the JFF related question. So yes, we have tickets available. You can find them. You can actually come in office for physical ticket. You can, and that's at 20 St. Lucia Avenue, New Kingston, behind Burger King. It's this big yellow, black, green marks, Reggae Boys and Reggae Girls building that you can come in and purchase a ticket. But if you don't want to do that, you can also go on JFS website. You can go in all of our bios. We have a link tree. It leads us to this website named quapid.com, jff.com, quapid.com, and you can get your tickets. Tickets are 1.5 bleachers, 5 grand. I believe it's 5.5 grandstand and 10,000 VIP. And the VIP is inclusive of our stellar decked Grace Kennedy, Ray and Nephew, all sorts of sponsored um, goodies and refreshments. So that's there. And we do have bundle deals. For the bundle deals, I don't have it on the top of my head, but it's all available on the website where you can just purchase, good to go, and have your tickets way in advance. The sponsors are also doing giveaways. So for the people that want to just take a chance, you can also take part in those giveaways that are happening. The JFF will be doing some giveaways as well. We did our first giveaway last week, but we saw that the trivia questions were a little too easy. So we kind of wheel and come again so that we have a more competitive giveaway. It's oftentimes the first comment because Instagram gives us the option to know who does that. First correct comment wins, but we'll have just a dynamic trivia element to our digital pages. We are on Instagram, Facebook, Threads, Twitter, now known as X. We are on Snapchat. The Snapchat, we haven't launched it, but for the sake of this wonderful interview, I'm letting you know that we will be launching a Snapchat where you get the inside realities of the boys while they're in camp. And then for me, I'm Avery Campbell, and you can find me on Lord, I don't know if I want it on my Instagram, but
If that's on the
it's
comment
Av.
section. If you don't want to, that's totally
It's
fine.
fine. You're going to end up finding me anyway. It's AVZ Campbell. My name is my name on Instagram, AVZ Campbell. And I look forward to seeing you guys. And if you guys watch this episode and you see me in the stadium, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to say hey.
Someone say, "Hey, everyone want a picture."
Well, I can stop for one, but yes. Don't be afraid to say hi. Yeah, that's it for me.
Bless up, bless up, bless up. Avery, I really
Oh no.
appreciate you coming on. I
Okay.
know we took up an hour of your time. The Reggae Girls, I think, are down 2-0 right now. So, we want to go and, show our support to the Reggae Girls. And Avery
Yes.
spoke about the watch party. We'll be having one in Bellyful Restaurant, Utica
Mm-hmm.
Avenue. Um, we'll
Nice.
having one in Jamaica too. I can't remember the address.
Twin
But I know
Twin
we'll be
Gates
having,
Plaza, Twin
So
yeah.
Gates
I know,
Plaza.
yes, I know the
Yeah.
supporter clubs have the twin
Mhm.
gates.
So we are endorsing the watch parties. So Utica Avenue in Brooklyn, New York, at the Bellyful Restaurant, and the other one will be not remembering the name of the place, but I will get that information to you before I sign off here. But Avery, thank you so much for an hour of your time. We really appreciate you coming on and speaking with us. The platform is always open to you.
Oh,
And we,
wonderful.
we thank you for your cordial friendship that you have with us, and all the
Yes.
best in the campaign and all the things that you have, coming up. Any last words from you, CC?
No, I mean, as I said, thank you, Avery, for coming on and sharing, as
No
I said, an
problem.
hour with us. And I mean, you have given us a wonderful insight in marketing Jamaica's football dream. That's what we dubbed this interview
So
on.
wonderful.
And, and I think you have done such an excellent job since you've come in. And
Thank
we've
you.
seen the tangible successes. And I think it just gets better more and more because you can only do what you can do, but once a team is also performing and being successful, it
Amen.
multiplies what you are doing. So
Amen.
it's a multiplier effect. So
Yes,
you put in place what you can put in place, and then the team goes out there, perform, and then the rest is history. And as we
that's
say,
it.
it's going
Make
to
the
be
job
history.
easier.
Yeah, it makes the job easier. So for me, as we see the work, the fans see the work, and just continue on that path and for further success. And thank you for being here, and all the best.
And Avery,
Thank
remember,
you.
as I said, JFF documentary, our World Cup documentary, box office. Remember me
No,
to tell you
I,
that.
I will
Box
remember.
office.
I
Box
will remember.
office.
I will
All
remember. I
right.
will
All
remember.
right. Respect.
Before
Bless
All
up,
right.
yeah?
before before we go, I'm sorry for taking over the show. I'm going to just tell your viewers I will be gifting you guys tickets for your giveaway on this channel. It won't involve me, but I'm just doing that on behalf of my seat here at the JFF and this
Okay.
wonderful interview. So after this weekend, I will just
All
send
right.
over can do your
All right.
giveaway.
Okay, no
You
problem.
can reach out
Okay.
to Kimo or you can reach out to me, whichever one. It doesn't matter.
Okay. No
All
problem.
right.
No problem.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you,
One love,
Good
Avery.
night.
guys. Yeah, man. Night
Peace.
All
night.
right.
Peace.
Peace.
CC, let me check the score again. The last time I checked, it was Reggae Girls 0, USA 2.
Yeah,
Yep, 2-0,
and I see.
halftime.
Yeah, see where it going good, but pretty good interview. I think we got quite a mouthful there, Issa, and I mean we have other interviews lined up. It's just going through the campaign and through as I said, Festival of Football coming this month. The Gold Cup is coming up, World Cup qualifying campaign, and then it's just rapid. So I mean, good football, good conversation, good people. That's all we do here. So with that being said, I mean
Yeah, we
everybody
don't, we
can.
don't, we want to not keep it long because, as we say, we have a lot of things that we could talk about. But,
Yeah.
people will be watching back this interview, so we don't want to have added stuff on here because we can talk about the squad, inclusion
We're gonna
of
talk about the squad
players.
tomorrow. I
Yeah,
think that
tomorrow,
we're
tomorrow.
gonna
Oh,
yeah
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right,
I
so
mean, as I
people.
said before, people, Issa will sign us out, and
Thank you guys for tuning into the Reggae Boys and Girls Supporters Club. It was a pleasure being your host, Issa Allen. You have CC Sports Lab connecting with us to do the interview. Thank you to Avery Campbell for coming on. Bless up to all the people who came, watch, people in the comment section who put their questions in. We really appreciate it. For those who liked the video, we thank you. And if you are at the end of the video and you haven't liked it yet, go ahead, like it before you leave. All right, people. Peace. We're signing out and all the best.